Hey guys, this is Tyler here. It is July 22nd, and quick video topic is how I almost lost $40,000 on a stock investment. I'll go back here to about a year ago. I had a stock, it was known as Amarin, and I should also rewind. I invest and day trade in the stock market. I've been doing this now for like 6 years. My dad really got me into this, and ever since then it's been an interest, and more recently this is actually my profession. I'm a day and swing trader. You learn a lot when you're in any field and you spend many hours in it. You learn what works and doesn't work. Keep in mind that when I first started this, I wasn't doing this as my profession, and even a year ago this was not my profession. My dad made great recommendations for stocks to buy, to invest in. One of my early stock picks was Shopify. I actually bought into Shopify per his recommendation in 2015 when it was trading around $40 a share. Shopify now is almost $1,000 a share. It's had a huge multiplier effect. If I had held my original investment in Shopify, I would actually be sitting at over $1.1 million. Unfortunately, I cashed out before that point. But getting back to the topic at hand, and this is the stock I had before, which was known as Amarin. And this was a biotech company. It was based in Ireland. They had a big product. It was a heart-based medication. They were clearing FDA approval phases. They had, of course, like many of these biotech companies, many setbacks. They had to get through a lot of trials and a lot of FDA approval phases before they were approved and before they were making serious revenue. I actually bought this stock the first time last June. It was a solid time to buy. It was like a swing trade. I think I initially bought around $20,000 worth of the stock. And I ended up making from this about $6,000 profit. I bought it at a point when it had been around, it was trading around $17 or $18 a share, and I sold it when it was about $24 a share. And it was a really good swing trade. After the matter, I was looking at the company. They were planning on doing quite a bit more, and I thought the stock was going to continue going up quite a bit more. So about a month later, I rebought the stock. They had interesting time ahead. So let's fast forward to November, at which point they were getting ready to be approved for an FDA date. And anyone that knows the FDA and how it works is that all these biotech companies have to be approved before their drugs can be sold in US marketplace. And in this case, they were basically getting what's like a certification. It wasn't actual approval by the FDA. Their stock was kind of building up to that point. There's an old saying with stock trading, it's buy the rumor and sell the news. In this case, when I had rebought the stock, I bought around $50,000 worth of this company. It was an insane amount. And when I bought it, it had some fluctuations over the course of about 4 months. At one point I had dipped, this investment I think had dipped around $8,000. And then it went back up, and then eventually it went down again. And then once we hit December, as it was anticipation of this date, when the approval happened, it was I think December 11th. This stock moved like maybe 5 or 8%. I thought the stock was going to like basically double or something, and I knew something was unusual about this. And what I realized now looking back is that a lot of the move on the stock was actually building up to that point. A lot of it had already been made, and so I knew I needed to sell this stock like ASAP. I had just gotten about the amount that I had originally invested, which was like $50,000. So immediately, like the same day or the next day, I sold all my shares, which was a very smart decision, because shortly after the stock started dipping, and then it surged again. And then about 4 months ago, they had a major blow to the company, and the stock actually dropped about 80% overnight. At the point that I had sold the stock, I had sold around $25.50 a share. Right before it dropped, the stock was trading about $16 or $17 a share. When it dropped, it went down to under $4 a share. And so I would have actually lost more than 80% of my initial investment if I'd held this stock. I would have gone from about 50,000 to like 7,000 in the 7 or 8,000 in the stock. It would be insane. And this is just a testament to people to show how volatile these bio stocks can be. Often there's real value, there's perceived value, and always understand when the stock is overbought and oversold. And one should also understand to diversify. Well, this $50,000 position wasn't my whole portfolio. It was a good percentage of my stock portfolio, and it was way too much that I had in this stock, and it was a very good learning experience. I had many days where I had trouble sleeping because I would be thinking about the stock investment. At any point, like it did that one day, it could have dropped like 70 or 80%, and I could have been like in a really bad position. It would have destroyed me. This is why you have to understand that you don't put so many funds in one stock. This lesson could be so in any part of life. You don't put all your eggs in one basket, and just keep enough diversification in your portfolio. And also understand that the movement of stocks is very hard to predict, but typically you always want to buy the rumor. By the time it becomes mainstream, the stock, it's already made most of its move. And keep that in mind. There's great stock opportunities every day and every week in the market, and it's just a matter of finding them. Once you get better at this, you'll be a master at making good trades with high percentage of success. This is what I've learned in my 5 or 6 years of trading, and now doing this as a professional. So give me your feedback below, and thank you.